All right, the last section in chapter 10 is about buying a house with a mortgage. So you'll still have a quiz over this, but this is what your chapter 10 project is going to be about, is buying a house and working through that. So again, you don't have to do a chapter 10 test, just all the quizzes and then that project at the end about buying a house. And you'll have to do a lot less calculating by hand for the project because I'm going to have you do most of it online. So it should be a little bit easier. All right, so anyway, buying a house with a mortgage. This also has an APR table. So the table is on page 610. What you need to notice about this one is when you read it, it says per $1,000 of the mortgage. Okay, so the other APR one in chapter 10 was per $100. The mortgage one is per $1,000 just because it's usually a lot more expensive. So keep that in mind. So we're going to start on page 615, number 12. And the first thing we do is just look at calculating monthly payments. So it's going to be very similar to what we were doing before. So the first part is they want us to do the down payment. So the other stuff, it didn't ask us how much the down payment was. This one is asking us, so now you'll have to actually do that calculation. So, sorry, I'm trying to make it a little bit less fuzzy. So we have a 20% down payment, so 0.2 of $135,000, and that should give us $27,000. So that means when you go to the bank, you need to have $27,000 ready to pay them. A lot of first-time home buyers don't have a down payment, so that gets figured into the mortgage, and then you have to pay some extra interest on top of that. And then, like when you go to buy your second house, usually you make money off of your house, so that goes towards your down payment. So it just kind of all works that way. So a lot of times first-time home buyers don't have a down payment just because they haven't saved that much money, but anytime you can do a down payment, it really helps. All right, so anyway, that's that part. Part B then wants to know how much the mortgage is actually going to be for, so that's just taking the price minus the down payment, and that's $108,000. Okay, and then part C, figuring out the monthly payments. That's where we go look at page 610. Okay, so it's per $1,000. So you need to take the $108,000 divided by 1,000. And again, you can actually type that in and hit enter if you want, or just know you cross out the 3 zeros. It's not always going to work out that nicely. It's up to you. Or you can just type it all in at once. Times, then when you look on page 610, you need to look at this is a 15-year mortgage with a rate of 3%. So you find where those two match up and you get 6.90582. So that's the APR that you're going to multiply by that. And so your total is $745.83. So your monthly payments for 15 years is $745.83. And that will pay off your $108 of your house, plus then all the interest, which we're going to look at how much interest it all adds up to here in just a little bit. Okay, but hopefully that part is that simple. We'll do number 14 also just to make sure we have that all okay. So this one is only a 3% down payment, so 0.03 of $199,900. And that gives you $5,997. So then part B, how much will the mortgage be for? $199,900 minus $5,997 gives us $193,903. And finally, part C, monthly payment. Again, you're going to take your loan amount, $193,903, divided by 1,000, because it says per 1,000 in the chart, times, this time we have 30 years, 4.5%. 30 years, 4.5% is 6685. And that gives us a monthly payment of $982.48. All right, so again, for 30 years, you're going to be paying $982.48 every month. So again, a lot of times it's nice to round that up to $1,000 just to start working your mortgage off a little bit faster. Okay, so that's it as far as that goes. Now the next thing we need to look at is how do you qualify for a mortgage? And there's way more to it than what our book talks about. Whenever you go to try to buy a house, they're going to look at your credit scores and all sorts of things. So if you haven't been good with your money in the past, it's going to be really hard to get a mortgage if you can at all. And the longer you rent, then that just is less time that you're going to have credit to your name, and it just kind of all spirals. So what our book does is it says for the most part, we're going to look at 28% of your adjusted monthly income. Okay, and what your adjusted monthly income is you need to take your gross monthly income. So gross means before any taxes are taken out or anything like that. And then minus any monthly payments. With 10 or more, or sorry, more than 10. Left. Now, this doesn't mean bills. Like, this doesn't mean the electric bill or anything like this. This just means other loans. So if you have a car payment or a student loan or something like that, that's what this means. Okay, so this isn't any other bills that you have. These are loans that you have. So I think it's crazy that you would spend almost 30%. Gross means before any of your taxes are taken out. And then you only take out any debt that you have. So all of your regular bills, paying for gas, paying for car insurance, all of that stuff, none of that is figured into this adjusted monthly income. All right, so food bills, nothing other than any debt that you already have. Okay, so you just figure out your adjusted monthly income, do 28% of that, and that's the highest they would allow you to go. Obviously, it's better if you don't use all of it, but you could. Okay, so what we're going to do is look on page 615, number 18. All right, so, and it starts on 615 and then goes on to 616. So their gross monthly income is $41,000, and then they have a boat payment of $505 per month. All right, and then it's going to talk to us about some other things. But first, for Part A, it just wants us to find 28% of their adjusted monthly income. So I just do this 0.28 of 4,100 minus 505. So I don't actually. You can do that part and then times it by 0.8. It doesn't matter. I usually just do it this way, so it's less typing. So that gives us $1,006.60. Okay, so what that's saying is the bank will not approve a loan whose monthly payment is more than $1,006.60. Okay, so Part B, we need to figure out what the total monthly payment is, including taxes and insurance. So even though taxes and insurance isn't included in the price of the house, a lot of times that just gets put on with your mortgage, so that way it's all together. So that's why we're going to add that all in. All right, so first of all, we have no down payment, so it's $275,000 mortgage. Then what we're doing on the front, divided by 1,000. Looking at the chart, 20 years at 9%, which is a very high percentage, gives you 8.99726. And that's a total of 2,474.25. So that already tells you you can't afford it because this number is even double what that number is. So technically you wouldn't have to keep going, but we're going to. So this is just the mortgage payment, the principal and interest from that. Okay. Taxes and insurance is $425 a month. So your total monthly payment for this mortgage would be $28.99.25. So Part C, do they qualify? No, they wouldn't even qualify before taxes and insurance. All right, so they're going to have to go find another house or find another job. All right, we're going to do one more that has a little bit more with it as well.